Hello and welcome to Moneylife. This is the last video blog for this year. So before we start, let me start by saying I hope you had a great holiday season and wish you a happy new year. So what are we talking about this week? Let's talk about something that you need to worry about. Okay? This is an issue that we've been taking up for a long time, but here's something new. So we've talked about unclaimed deposits in banks. We know that the number is huge. So this is a case that I took to the Supreme Court thanks to Senior Counsel Prashant Bhushan, who appeared for us. When I say I took it to court, it's a case that matters to every one of us, anybody who has a bank account. And what am I saying? That money that's lying unclaimed in bank accounts has to go back to its rightful owners by creating a system that is easy to use so that we know that there's money there, which probably belong to where we are heirs, probably belongs to parents or someone who's forgotten about an account or found it too difficult to get the money out because there's issues with wills and nomination and succession. This kind of money, believe it or not, is called unclaimed after it lies uncollected for 10 years. What is this amount? According to what was told to the Parliament, at the end of March 2023, the amount was 42,270 crores. Yes, as big as that. Now, this is just a small portion of money that's lying with banks, which cannot be touched. The money that's in inoperative accounts is over a lakh crore. And 1 lakh crore is a very, very conservative estimate, which is what I'm going to talk about. Now, what is this inoperative account and how is it different from unclaimed? So first, due to whatever issues, whether a person is dead, the money is not claimed, there is some government action, if an account, or you've just forgotten about an account, you got transferred, you've left the account behind, not done any transaction in it, then if you've left it like this for 2 years, it's called inoperative. When those 2 years become 10 years, it's called unclaimed and it's transferred to the Reserve Bank of India's Depositor Education and Awareness Fund. Now, every regulator has funds like this where our money is caught and aggregated. How much is the money in inoperative accounts? Like I said, a stupendous 1 lakh crore. This is all money which is anywhere between 2 years and 10 years, which means on the way to becoming unclaimed. So we've been fighting for over a year saying find the rightful owners. The government has done a campaign, but obviously if there is so much of it still waiting, which could become unclaimed, we need to worry. This is not government money. This is not public money. This is money belonging to people like you, me, your father, your uncle, your senior neighbor who's probably passed away and his children are not getting access to it. It is money that we need to fight for. Now, out of the 42,270 crore of unclaimed money, only 6,000 crore is with private banks. The bulk of it, over 36,185 crore, is with public sector banks. Thankfully, now the number of public sector banks is down to 12. It's not 20, right? So it was easy to use right to information and find out what's going on with inoperative accounts. Remember, not unclaimed, inoperative. So Akash Goel, who is a very, very diligent citizen, engineer, management graduate, and chartered financial analyst, spends a lot of time helping people, helping especially the poor and helpless use systems and RTI to great effect. He filed an RTI application in August 2023 with the Department of Financial Services of the Finance Ministry. Why there? Because he thought he'll get data at one point. The Department of Financial Services promptly sent it over to the Reserve Bank of India and said, you give the information. RBI in turn acted like a post office and sent it to 12 banks. Now, most of the banks completely ignored the right to information application, which they normally do, until they watch out and see that the person is serious. So when Akash Goel filed a first appeal, that's when the answers began to come in. And believe it or not, even as I was writing this column yesterday, at the end of the day, as of yesterday evening, 10 out of 12 banks responded and provided information. two banks still have not. One is Indian Overseas Bank, the other is State Bank of India. State Bank is the largest, accounts for 30% of public sector banking in India. But it claimed, believe it or not, that it does not collate this information, and what it does not collate, it does not have to give. Remember, this is information that is partly available in the parliamentary reply. If the parliament says there's 42,000 crore, it includes SBI. So they have the data, but they say, no, we don't have the data, we don't collate. What exactly did Mr. Goel ask? He said, number of bank accounts which were inoperative as of 31st March 2022. So this comparison, 22 and 23. He wanted the number of inoperative accounts, amounts in the inoperative accounts, number of unclaimed accounts, and data for 2 years. The replies are pretty astonishing. Take a look at it carefully, because I'm going to run through the numbers. In any case, the numbers are shocking and you're going to get lost, so I'm going to keep it brief. Canara Bank, highest unclaimed accounts, almost 1.4 crore are unclaimed. Inoperative accounts, more than twice, 2.64 crore. How much is the money lying in these accounts at the end of March 2023? Now, all the numbers here I'm giving about money lying in accounts is for March 2023, right? The latest financial year. So this is 12,451 crore for Canara Bank. The next is Punjab and Sindh Bank. It has the lowest unclaimed accounts of 12.86 lakh. Inoperative accounts are such a multiple, 48.15. The amount lying in it, again, relatively small because the smaller bank, 1,823 crore. This is a multiple of 2.6. Bank of Baroda has 75.86 lakh unclaimed accounts. Inoperative, look at the multiple, 5.64 crore. Okay, these are the 2-year walas. Amount blocked, 18,055 crore. More than 4 times as much. Central Bank, unclaimed accounts, 27.75 lakhs. Inoperative ones, look at the multiple, 1.59 crore. Amount blocked, 7,247 crore. Okay, again, relatively smaller bank. UCO Bank, unclaimed accounts, which they have told the parliament, 15.12 lakh. Inoperative are 1.52 crore. How much of money? 5,433 crore. Indian Bank, it claims it has 10.81 lakh unclaimed accounts. Now look at just 10 lakh unclaimed accounts, which is 10 years plus. Inoperative ones, 2.63 crore accounts. And the money blocked in it, again, relatively small. So must be really poor, needy people whose money is blocked here. 9,698 crore. That means nearly 10,000 crore. Bank of Maharashtra, stunning figures. Okay, it has 4.29 lakh unclaimed accounts number. It has 56 lakh inoperative accounts. Money blocked, 2,811 crore. Punjab National Bank, unclaimed accounts itself are 1.24 crore. Inoperative ones, more than 4 times, 4.37 crore. Money blocked, 14,606 crore. Remember, each time, this is people like us, it's our money blocked up there. Bank of India, 92 lakh unclaimed accounts, 5.43 crore inoperative accounts, more than 5 times the number. How much is the money blocked? 12,261 crore. Union Bank, inoperative accounts are 7.25 crore. It has not given the number of unclaimed accounts, even though this is part of Parliament data. This is how they treat right to information. Amount of money blocked is very high, 18,842 crore. State Bank of India, like I said earlier, arrogantly said it does not bother to compile information in a centralized manner of inoperative accounts, and even if it did, it will be confidential. So this is the data that was provided to Mr. Goel. Now, if you add it up, the number of inoperative accounts alone account for 1,03,230 crore. Still does not include Indian Overseas Bank. It does not include State Bank of India. You add these two, this number may go up by another 50%. The government itself has admitted, like I said and repeated, unclaimed accounts of 42,000 crore. These are included in this number. So the number was big, over 1,50,000 crore. Now deduct 42,000 crore from this. You have to add a little number for private banks. I'm assuming that since private banks account for only 6,087 crore of unclaimed accounts, inoperative ones may also be low, but would at least be double the number. So that would be another 12,174 crore. Let's cut through all this and say, forget the decimals let's just round it off. It's a minimum of 1 lakh crore of public money lying with banks for no rhyme or reason, because nobody wants to make an effort to find out who the true owner is, and nobody wants to make it easy for the true owners to get that money. So it's just lying there. And if nobody is going to claim that money, frankly, it should go into the government coffers and used again for our benefit, public benefit. Shouldn't go into a black hole of the Consolidated Fund of India. It should be used for us. Mr. Goel points out that RBI has set up, thanks to my public interest litigation, a website called UDGAM, Unclaimed Deposits Gateway to Access Information. This makes it easy for you to get the unclaimed amounts, not the inoperative ones. You want to catch inoperative between the 2 to 10 years before they become unclaimed, right? So that is not even on Udgam. A lot of work is required. And this is a case with the Supreme Court. We're getting tariq pe tariq. Hopefully it will get heard. Hopefully banks will hear us. There's another reason why the government needs to pay attention to this. Take a look at the annual death rate. As Mr. Goel points out, death rate is 0.7%, which means about 90 lakh people pass away every year. Now, if RBI data shows 2.5 crore bank accounts become inoperative every year in public sector banks alone, it's more than likely that a big chunk of this money belongs to people who have passed away and ought to go to their heirs. Any of you who have tried to claim money because you're a nominee would know how difficult it is. We've been through Moneylife Foundation, a not-for-profit that I run. We've been trying so hard for over 5 to 10 years to push this. It's a slow process. There are changes, but it's happening. Now, finally, one reason why this NDA government should pay attention to the problem. Do you know that Arun Jaitley, the late finance minister, was the first to draw attention to dormant funds lying with banks in his budget speech of 2014, when this government came to power almost 10 years ago? We're headed back into a second election. He went so far as to approve setting up of a committee under the chairmanship of RBI Deputy Governor, not to just look at banks, but even unclaimed money remaining in Public Provident Fund, Post Office savings. Now, if this had happened in 2014, if a committee was set up, would we need to go to the Supreme Court at all? It has gone into limbo. Nothing further has happened. So I'm pointing out that this is an initiative of this government, and small efforts like 100 days, 100 pays, which has happened due to our pushing, is not good enough, because we're talking about 42,000 crore as unclaimed. We're talking about 1 lakh crore plus as inoperative accounts. And what has happened in those 100 days, 100 pays? Only 5,729 crores worth of money has gone back to true owners. Lot more needs to be done. And let's not forget, Nirmala Sitharaman, our finance minister, is a protege of the late Arun Jaitley. I think she owes it to her guru to put this through before the next election. If you agree, tweet it, share it, and make it viral so that Madam Prime Finance Minister hears this and does it for her guru before the next election. Do you agree? If you do, share and subscribe. Thank you.